about Mewtwo versus Frieza. So this is actually a pretty highly popular battle. It first showed up on 1 Minute Melee, and then of course Animates and Rewind did those. We had other channels did Mewtwo versus Frieza. But this battle is actually closer than people would think. So the battle would actually be closer than you think because Mewtwo is a legendary Pokemon, which means he is not weak. We'll actually go over Mewtwo first because we already covered parts of Frieza's feats from Dragon Ball. You know, so we're gonna go over Mewtwo too. So of course Mewtwo's abilities are based. He's a psychic type Pokemon. He can reality warp, manipulate minds, basically all the things that psychic types do. Mewtwo is basically the god amongst all the psychic types as well. So let's go here. So Mewtwo was able to, despite being marginally weaker than all from Deoxys, it was still capable of killing him with his spoon. This was in, again, this is Mewtwo from the Pokemon anime, not the video games. These are all like anime feats here. Okay, and this is normal Mewtwo, and normal Mewtwo is still planet level. Still planet level. Then we have, you know, Mewtwo is at least galaxy level because he's vastly superior to its base form. Thoughts I got is Mewtwo X and Y in the manga. So this is the Pokemon manga feats. It was comparable to Uveto and Xerneas in its 50% state. Multi-solar system created is realm that contains multiple styles. At least galaxy level, possibly high universal as Shadow Mewtwo X. So it'd be comparable if not superior to the other Mewtwo forms. Mewtwo also is, massively faster than well, Brist Articuno far superior than Rugia and kept up with Deoxys in its various forms. Could react to a Blood Water Zygarde, possibly infinite as well. Also Mewtwo is superior to Primal Groudon, who basically could create continents. Here, Class Z, immensely higher superior to, and of course it's far higher with the other form. And it's basically the same thing, with, Psychic Save durability. He took hits from, of course, Deoxys and Zygarde's various forms, and Cell Mega Mewtwo X. Mewtwo, of course, Mewtwo has very high stamina. He was able to fight, this is, of course, from when he fought against Zygarde and Pokemon. And Zygarde is pretty strong as well. Zygarde is like, is like solar system level as well. So if we're using Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, no Super, nothing from Super, so Frieza would be small style level. He was able to beat Vegeta and could keep up with Goku's various, power-ups with Kaioken, and he fought up against Super Saiyan Goku through he was ultimately weaker. He's even stronger than as Mecha Frieza, but he was still no chance for Frieza Trunks. Of course, Frieza Trunks is his best slashed him, killed Frieza instantly. And if we're using those versus Mewtwo's, Mega Mewtwo, which Mega Mewtwo would be amped up, basically, because Mega Mewtwo, would be, multi-solar system level, create his realm with multiple styles. Mega Mewtwo was at least, possibly high universal level because he fought against Zygarde, here. And Shadow Mega Mewtwo would be at least high universal because Shadow Mega Mewtwo X is stronger than all the other Mega Mewtwo forms. And, all the other Mega Mewtwo forms are basically weaker than Shadow Mega Mewtwo. Basically, is like the best of the Mega forms here. But, yeah, basically here. So, if we're talking about Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo X against Frieza. Okay, this is without anything from Super, without any feats from Super. Basically, Mewtwo would probably win because, of course, this is before Frieza did his training, and because but after Frieza's training, Golden Frieza would probably win because, Golden Frieza, because it's possibly high universal level as Mewtwo, possibly high universal level. They do not even know if Mewtwo is high universal. But at the most, Frieza is still, Mewtwo is possibly, but Mewtwo is high universal. If we're gonna rank that, Frieza is still universal plus. Golden Frieza is still Universal Plus, which I think that's higher than High Universal. So, Universal Plus, or World Multiversal if you want to rank Frieza as hard as possible. Survive being beaten by Broly, who is Universal Plus as well. You know, Mewtwo is high Universal, but I think Universal Plus is higher. Viewed as a threat by Vegeta as well. Was able to, and then let's not forget about Zealand. He was able to keep up with Zealand and stuff. He's also, massively fast and light, just like Mewtwo. You know, so yeah, Mewtwo would probably lose the Golden Frieza. I think that would probably be pretty easy. Considering that Mewtwo is not even high Universal. At the high balls, I think it's still below, Universal Plus. It's still below Universal Plus because Universal Plus means it's, there, and Mewtwo's just high Universal. So Mewtwo at high Universal again. Death Battle and Anime Line do not ever mention Mewtwo. Sad Mewtwo being, but at the World Ball, Mewtwo's at least Galaxy level. Okay. But people were saying oh, Mewtwo's just planet level. It's OP. Standard Mewtwo, yeah, Standard Mewtwo is just planet level. But Mega Mewtwo is, Galaxy level. Massively faster than White. Was able to keep up with Deoxys, and as well. And Deoxys was, also planet level. But we're using Mega Mewtwo, which is able to be used here because they're using from the one Pokemon movie as well. And games, we can't really use the games because the games basically, you could have freaking Magikarp that's destroy Arceus in a battle. That would be pretty unfair because that means Magikarp would solo, everything, ever using the game rules. And again, cause he have the weakest Pokemon Scatterbug, Weedle, Blipbug, Magikarp is solo, legendary Mega Evolutions, and Gigantamax and Dynamax forms with the right prep and training. Which we're not really gonna use that stuff because it's from the games because Magikarp would probably defeat Frieza if we're using the game logic. Which according to Magikarp, which is weaker than human level, okay, his father in the Pokemon universe can strap Arceus within one hit, okay, using, all these stuff and stuff. But, all the feats for Pokemon usually come from the game. And it can also go over, and yeah, they even have one for Pikachu because they have Pikachu from the manga as well because they have to have a separate one for the anime because for Ash's Pikachu because Ash's Pikachu is so powerful, compared to all the other Pokemon in the entire universe. First, and we can't really use the game scaling because we can have freaking Pichu solo the entire legendary Pokemon as well. Freaking Baby can destroy it. Can solo every other Pokemon. So yeah, it's mostly from like that. So yeah, Mewtwo would probably lose to Golden Frieza. Okay, I think that would be pretty obvious here. Yeah, because Golden Frieza would still probably win because Golden Frieza is Universal Plus, which is higher on the Universal spectrum. Because you have Universal. And then you have High Universal, and then you have Universal Plus. Here. And Mewtwo is on the high end of the tier then. Mewtwo is on the high end of the tier. But Frieza isn't high Universal Plus. But Frieza is on the higher level, is in the tier 2, which means Frieza would be higher. You know, but Mewtwo is possibly universal. That's the thing. It's possibly. So we can't really use universal feats for Mewtwo. So yeah, if we're just using Galaxy, or Mewtwo would probably lose if we're including Dragon Ball Super Frieza, feats which is canon. But if we're using Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, Mega Mewtwo would probably win against Mewtwo just using the Dragon Ball Z feats. But if we're using Dragon Ball Super feats, Mewtwo would lose, would be destroyed by Frieza. So there we go. So yeah, so Mewtwo, even if we highball Mewtwo, Mewtwo could probably win if we rank him so high. He could probably win, but against Golden Frieza. But that requires the highest level of highest rankings in the entire world. Oh yeah, Mewtwo could beat Arceus in the Pokemon game. So that means Mewtwo is multiversal and Mewtwo would win. That's like the highball of the highball ranks for Mewtwo. So, yep, that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.